I would like to begin by taking this moment to express my heartfelt condolences and deepest sympathies to all the families of our esteemed colleagues who, sadly, have tragically lost their precious lives.
And a recognition to our military personnel who carried out a successful operation. It can be seen from many different perspectives, but it is definitive that they fulfilled their mission. And what was demonstrated, the strength of the Mexican state, of that there is no doubt. Thank you.
I would like to begin by taking this moment to express my heartfelt condolences and deepest sympathies to all the families of our esteemed colleagues who, sadly, have tragically lost their precious lives.
And a recognition to our military personnel who carried out a successful operation. It can be seen from many different perspectives, but it is definitive that they fulfilled their mission. And what was demonstrated, the strength of the Mexican state, of that there is no doubt. Thank you.
Mexico woke up to a country on fire, roads blocked, vehicles burning, and gunfire sounds echoing across states. This is the violent fallout after the killing of one of the world's most feared drug lords. Mexico's Security Secretary Omar Garcia Harfuch confirmed that 25 members of the National Guard were killed in 6 separate attacks in Jalisco. This was following the death of Jalisco New Generation Cartel leader Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho. President Claudia Sheinbaum called for calm, announcing that security forces had cleared all major roadblocks.
We are making a respectful call to the violent reactions were reported by a criminal group in various regions of the country, primarily road blockades, the burning of vehicles, attacks on gas stations, commercial establishments, and banking institutions, as well as cowardly aggressions against authorities and acts of arson. President Claudia Sheinbaum's primary objective is to protect the majority of these blockades. Yesterday they were removed, and today we're in a completely new state. No blockades. The main roads were cleared, and the areas that were still impacted are under operational control and fully cleared, with the considerations you mentioned. In cowardly attacks following the operation for Mencho's detention, 27 cowardly aggressions against authorities were reported. In Jalisco, 6 aggressions were recorded, where, regrettably, 25 members of the National Guard, 1 custodian, and 1 from the State Attorney General's office lost their lives.
Omar, it's important to mention, but they are clear. Some flights were preventatively suspended by the airlines themselves, particularly those heading to Puerto Vallarta, and we expect that sometime today, or at the very latest tomorrow, all flights will be fully reestablished. This report is important.
Clarity regarding what intelligence information was shared by the United States to be able to establish this cordon and achieve the arrest of this individual.
No United States forces are involved in the operation. Instead, there's a lot of information exchange. As we've said here many times, our understanding with the U.S. is fundamentally based on intelligence and information sharing. In this case, there was information provided by the United States government. They even issued a statement, intelligence, but the entire operation from its planning is the responsibility, of the federal forces, in this case, the Secretariat of National Defense.
El Mencho was the head of one of Mexico's fastest-growing and most ruthless criminal organizations, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, accused of flooding the United States with fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine. He was killed during a shootout in his home state of Jalisco as Mexican military forces attempted to capture him. The response was swift and deadly. Cartel members launched coordinated attacks, blocking highways and setting vehicles ablaze across multiple states. Authorities say more than 250 roadblocks were reported across 20 states. Alongside the 25 National Guard members, a prison guard, a state prosecutor's agent, and an unidentified woman were also killed. Officials say roughly 30 suspected criminals were killed in Jalisco and 4 more in Michoacán. Several states canceled school as local and foreign governments urged citizens to stay indoors. The White House confirmed the United States provided intelligence support for the operation and praised Mexico's military for taking down one of the most wanted criminals in both countries. But President Sheinbaum emphasized there was no direct involvement of U.S. forces, only intelligence sharing. Mexico is betting that the fall of one of the world's most powerful fentanyl traffickers could buy it breathing room in Washington's escalating crackdown on cartels. A high-profile death, a powerful signal, a calculated message to the United States. Action is being taken. But across Mexico, the mood is anything but calm. Security forces remain on edge, rival factions watch and wait. Communities brace for possible retaliation, because when a kingpin falls, the vacuum rarely stays empty for long.
Mexico is burning. From the beaches of Puerto Vallarta to highways stretching across western states, flames have engulfed vehicles, roads have been sealed off with burning barricades, and terrified residents have been ordered indoors. All of it triggered by one name, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, the feared leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. And now, after his reported death in a military operation, Mexico is facing a wave of coordinated cartel retaliation unlike anything seen in recent years. According to Mexico's Ministry of Defense, El Mencho was wounded during a confrontation with federal forces and later died while being airlifted to Mexico City. 7 alleged cartel members were killed in the operation. 3 soldiers were injured. But it was what happened next that sent shockwaves across the country. Within hours, so-called narco blockades erupted across multiple states. In Puerto Vallarta, drone footage captured apocalyptic scenes. Buildings and vehicles were engulfed in flames. Thick black smoke rose high above the coastal skyline. Some individuals were seen deliberately setting vehicles on fire, transforming major avenues into burning choke points. Authorities confirmed shootings, torched vehicles, tire spikes placed at access roads, and coordinated blockades across key routes. The municipal government of Puerto Vallarta urged merchants and service providers to temporarily close their establishments for safety. Residents and tourists were told to avoid affected areas and limit non-essential travel. Puerto Vallarta is not just a tourist hotspot. According to federal authorities, it is one of the key operational hubs from which the CJNG coordinates activity nationwide. That explains the scale and speed of the retaliation. The violence did not stop there. In the neighboring state of Nayarit, buses and cars burned on deserted highways as firefighters battled flames under armed guard. State officials urged residents to remain inside their homes while federal forces reinforced security. Reports of road blockades and burning vehicles emerged from at least 10 states, including Jalisco, Nayarit, Michoacán, and Tamaulipas. The ripple effects reached Mexico City. A National Guard convoy escorted a forensic ambulance through the capital's streets to the headquarters of the Specialized Prosecutor's Office for Organized Crime along Paseo de la Reforma. Authorities have not formally confirmed the identity of the body transported under heavy guard, but the timing and the scale of nationwide unrest points to one conclusion. Meanwhile, at the Central de Autobuses del Norte in Mexico City, travelers were left stranded. Bus companies suspended routes to western states amid security fears. Passengers queued at information desks, clutching luggage, desperate for updates on canceled departures. Bus operators say services will only resume once authorities confirm that highways are secure. For now, mobility across large parts of western Mexico remains paralyzed.
The crime situation is very difficult, and what's most concerning, the agencies of the bus lines, well, they don't allow us to, or they simply won't sell us a ticket for our intended destination. My wife and daughter are waiting for me, and they tell me the roads to the ranch are closed and supposedly they're burning vehicles. No, I don't understand. I don't have more information about it. Well, it's like everything, isn't it? It's like everything that we're worried. She's worried about me here, and I'm worried about her there, you know, because the situation is really tough, and we hope that it gets better and that all the roads are controlled, that they open up so that each of us can reach our destination.
El Mencho was one of the most powerful and elusive drug traffickers in the world. The United States had offered a $15 million reward for information leading to his capture. Under his leadership, the CJNG expanded into one of Mexico's most dominant and violent criminal organizations, with influence stretching far beyond Jalisco. His death, if fully confirmed, represents a seismic shift in Mexico's criminal landscape. But it also raises a dangerous question: who fills the vacuum?